Time for a crypto market update, September 10th, 2025. Well, the producer price index, the PPI, came out this morning and it was lower than the market anticipated, a lot lower. And so inflation is basically conquered. And the crypto market responded positively. Now why? Well, it's because the sentiment is that now there are no barriers, even though we do still have to deal with CPI later this week. There are no core barriers standing between the Federal Reserve and rate cuts. But just a little asterisk on rate cuts. Rate cuts aren't really the story here. The real story, in my opinion, is this bad boy. This is a picture or a chart of the Federal Reserve balance sheet. If you've ever heard of QT or QE, quantitative tightening versus quantitative easing, this shows you when they are easing, when they're pausing, and when they are tightening. Easing, tightening. And as you can see on the hard right edge over here, we've been quantitative tightening since the end of 2022. Now, quantitative tightening sounds exactly like what it is. It's the unwinding of securities. It's the Federal Reserve selling on us. It's them dumping their bags on us, creating basically a less inviting or a less accommodating credit environment. It's meant to not stoke the fire, but to quench the fire of an overheating economy, aka lower inflation. Thus, now you have, as we've been watching for a year and a half or more, lower inflation year over year. So while everyone's waiting on September 17th to make sure we hear the report come out that they have cut rates, either a quarter, it's going to be a quarter of a basis point, but whatever it ends up being, what I'm watching are something different than the rate cuts. First thing I'm watching is for Powell's tone, tenor, hawkish versus dovish rhetoric, and if he's going to say, hey, we're done unwinding the balance sheet, we're finished with quantitative tightening. If we get that plus rate cuts, it'll be like this double dip chocolate confirmation of Valhalla bound. The second thing I'm watching, if you want to be a fortune teller in the markets, look to the bond market. This is specifically the US 3-month yield. It's a short timeline treasury bond. And if you'll watch it, it's already been telling us before next week rate cuts happen, it's telling us that there's going to be a rate cut. It's already happening. The 10-year yield, the 30-year yield, the 20-year yield, they're all telling us they're going to cut rates. So the bond market's in charge, okay? The game AI is not in charge. The gaming narrative, RWA, Binance, nobody, Jerome Powell, Donald Trump, nobody's in charge. The number one dictator of all global markets is the bond market. Now, what you need to watch out for is the response of the bond market once the policy has been announced next week. If we go vertical red, like doom, arrow down here, it means the bond market is way more scared because the Fed cut more than they should have, or they cut in an emergency, kind of like a life preserver, because the economy's so much worse off than the bond market thought it was. What we want to see is this green line, just a continuation of a grinding downward in a controlled manner. If the 3-month yield just continues to grind down, which if we do a quarter basis point, it'll basically be like, yeah, that's what we were expecting. We're going to digest that. And as you see the yields going down, this is why money market funds, which have $7.4 trillion sitting in them at all-time highs, like right now I've got a Fidelity account that's earning 4 or 5% on my cash. That's because the bond market, the treasuries are giving me that return. But when those bond markets start to continue to grind down because the Fed's lowering the short rate, the money markets are going to look for higher yields than just parking their cash in a 2%, sub 4% vehicle. And this will take months to transpire, but it'll be like that in the real world. So if you're still listening to this video and you're trying to figure out what's about to happen, well, there's a lot that's about to happen. It's going to be really fun. It's going to be really challenging. And if you're trying to go at it alone, it's going to be dang near impossible. So I want to know in the comments, do you have a strategy that you feel good about? If so, give me a number 2. If you feel like you're alone in this crypto battle, give me a number 1. Maybe there's something we can do to help you. And as always, you can just go to cryptoyall.com and learn how to build wealth through crypto without becoming a day trader, which is what we all want to do anyway. Who wants to be glued to the computer screen all day? Like and follow for more.